Welcome back to Coffee with Mia. You know what? I think the biggest reason why some of us get stuck and sometimes, unfortunately, stay stuck because we keep on waiting and feel completely ready before we make a move. And honestly, if you think about it, that moment rarely ever comes. And that's because clarity doesn't always come first. Sometimes the decision comes first, which is why I want to start today with this. We're not overthinking. We're under-directing ourselves. Because sometimes we don't always need to overanalyze everything. We need leadership. Leadership from ourselves. Our minds need direction. Not endless scrolling, not constant questioning, and honestly, not 20 backup plans. We need direction. And honestly, I think a lot of us stay in confusion or indecision because if we stay in confusion or indecision, you know what? It's safer than actually making the commitment. Because once you decide, then you actually have to make that move. But here's the honest truth. Clarity doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from deciding. Think about it for a minute. You decide to change. You decide to show up. And you finally decide to stop negotiating with yourself. And you know what? Slowly, your life starts responding to that decision. And another thing I've learned, the strongest version of you is usually the quietest one in the room. Not weak, not passive, but calm. Grounded people don't need to constantly prove themselves. And that kind of confidence is rare now. And that's because so much of the world teaches performance instead of presence. But real confidence is calm, which is why focus matters so much. Because distraction is expensive. Every distraction costs you your time, your energy, your momentum, and your clarity. And people don't ever realize how much their attention is being pulled in 1,000 different directions every single day. And focus is a luxury now. And the people who learn how to protect their focus, those are usually the people who change their lives. And maybe the biggest lesson in all of this, control your mind or it will control your life. Because you know what? Your thoughts eventually become your habits, your decisions, your reactions, and your direction. So if you want a different life, it starts with a different level of self-control. Not perfection, just control. And honestly, that may be one of the most important things we learn for ourselves. Because remember, life is not easy, but it's worth it. This has been Coffee with Mia. As always, I thank you for spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next episode.